First question I ask you. Hey, those of you who want to join your profession as an engineer when you are coming out to work, whether you finish your master, finish your PhD, finish your undergraduate, now you come. Imagine I want to employ you. Imagine I'm the employer, I'm the interviewer. I ask you this question. What's the first thing you do when you are given a task to design for foundation? Or even you go for your PE interview. If I'm in the panel, I will ask this question. What's the first thing you do? Who want to attempt to answer this question? Who want to be PE first? I believe some of you, most of you want to be PE right now. Who want to be you try to attempt this question? Who want to attempt to answer this question? It's not very difficult. It's not a trick question. You don't think I'm trying to set a booby trap for you to answer. No, it's a real practical question, right? One answer.
Can I answer?
Yeah, sure. You are?
My name is Eugene.
Oh, Eugene. You're which Eugene? There are two Eugene here. One is
Eugene Tan. My name is Eugene Tan.
Just now I asked you, you didn't answer. Okay, now you answer. Come, Eugene Tan.
Oh, okay.
Introduce yourself, please.
Okay. I'm a PhD student.
Okay.
In the NUS third year. So the first thing I'll do is to check the geological condition where the foundation is going to be located.
Good answer.
Yeah. And then maybe if I'm able to get a soil sample, then I'll bring it to the possible lab and do some of the checks on or tests on the soil properties.
Okay. Eugene, have you worked practically in the outside world, or you have been studying all the while?
I used to work before, but I don't work for I don't work under the foundation engineering. So yeah, I have no experience.
Okay, that's fine. Your first answer is perfect already. Okay, the first thing you do is check the geological formation, which is the geology of Singapore. Okay, these are updated geology. Remember, if you notice where is Church Street is somewhere around here. I think it's somewhere around here. Very important, right? You see the Church Street. The 5 borehole all tell him Jurong Formation. In Jurong Formation, you are expecting what? Siltstone, sandstone, mudstone, right? Or maybe even limestone, for instance. But he noticed later on he did the additional 34 borehole. It show what? Fort Canning bouldery clay. The name already tell you, right? Fort Canning bouldery clay means this formation have boulder. The reason why they have stopped short very likely is an error in judgment. They treat the boulder as a rock mass formation, right? Logical deduction, right? Logical deduction. There's no reason why 90% of piles are short one. No practical reason. Now, look at this, practical thing, This is one of the project, This is the location, For information, you can get free ball log from government website now, INLIS, it's called the INLIS website, you can get free ball log. Now, the geological map show this is in the Jurong Formation. But you see the ball log show, it tell you it's Bukit Timah Formation, then Jurong Formation, then Bukit Timah Formation, Bukit Timah Formation. Why is it so important? In this, you know at the geological map, actually this site is actually at the border between Bukit Timah Formation and Jurong Formation. Now, if today you never go through the geological map, you believe whatever here is right, Bukit Timah, Bukit Timah, Bukit Timah. That means if today you design bore pile, you run a risk that it may be actually in a limestone with cavity. You understand what I'm telling you? So this is the first thing you must do. And I can tell you, many people don't do. They just rely on the soil investigation. In fact, in the next lecture, I think next or third lecture I will talk about, there is a court case in Singapore whereby the piling contractor sued the soil investigation contractor for misrepresentative of the soil profile. Okay? So it can be very serious. You don't rely on the geological map. Even though in all SI report, they always attach the geological map. But I doubt they really go through the geological map to find out what is really the formation. Okay. So there are many Lorena Buang here. So you please go and update yourself. Next. What is the, this one I give you the answer. What is the second thing you do after checking for the geology? Now, you must remember this is a prelim design. The owner engage you as a designer. Hey, you design for me. I buy a land in this location. Now you help me do design. And the first thing you go and do, you go and call SI, right? You call SI, I'm going to do the soil investigation first. Actually, you don't need to call the soil investigation. You check the geology, you already know what is the soil type you're facing. Then more 99% consultant call soil investigation contractor without telling them where to stop. After they finish, they design the land, then they check against the guideline. Oh shit, my power line is deeper than the borehole. All cannot comply. Okay, let me refer you to BCA, especially Agri Checker checklist, which is most of the time that's how I check. Okay, I'm just now if you are sleeping, or you're watching handphone, or scrolling your TikTok or whatever Facebook, you better wake up now. Because this is the most important thing. Okay? I cannot guarantee you will make millions from this, but I guarantee you that it will help your career by a lot. It saves you a lot of misery or potential court case, legal case in the future. Okay? I guarantee you, now you better listen. This checklist. First thing, review the adequacy of soil investigation, including the extent, which include the quantity, layout, depth, and laboratories related to the design and construction. Okay, I specify for you. I even recall for you. Remember the practice? It should be follow this. One borehole per 300 meters square, one borehole at every interval between 10 to 30 meters, not less than 3 boreholes. And borehole should go 5 meters into hard short term. Okay, you notice here? All SI contractor follow this. 5 meters into short term with SPT roll count of 100. But at that time, they don't know what is the power diameter. They also don't know what is the founding length. So they will not know how did the soil investigation borehole need to go. So in the end, you waste money. Your client wastes money. Okay? Your client wastes money. In my master geotech class, when I take about, I don't know how many years ago, I think Prof. Chu Sun Ho was teaching this thing. I already give my answer that time, 12 years ago. When I was not even a PGO yet. It's very simple actually. You just need to estimate the length and tell the contractor. Very simple one. It's a very simple exercise, but most people don't use their common sense to do work. Most people don't use their common sense to do work. Okay? Now, on top of this thing, there is another guideline on rock identification. Remember here, including the lab test. This is quite new. And I tell you, a lot of problems with bore pile foundation, practical problems are actually rock identification. A lot of piling contractor can go bankrupt because of a lousy consultant. All right? Lousy in the extent that they cannot decide the kind of rock they want to socket. In actual fact, on the field, after you bore, after your coring bucket, okay, core the rock, can anyone actually from the core sample tell me that is a G2 or G1 or G3 rock? It's not so easy. In my last webinar, a 9 years experienced structural engineer, he replied me, this one is a site people to decide. Oh, I said, wow. If you say like that in the PE interview, I think I will fail you. Who are the site people? I'm asking you. The RE, the RTO, the main con supervisor, the subcon supervisor. You are depending on those people to tell you whether your pile is socketed in the right kind of rod that you want. It's very, very dangerous. Okay, it's very, very dangerous. Huh? So now, this guide tell you the different criteria to identify the rock. Okay, whether you use a tool, check the borehole, check the sample of the rock sample, and important, you need to do the point load index, point load test index. If you don't know what is a PI or point load index, please go and read it. I don't have time. Okay, so please, Prof. Lee, please educate them on what is point load test index. It's very important. It's so fundamental, but I get so many people don't know. Yes, Bala Ganesh raise hand. Why you raise hand? Next.
Can you hear me, please?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, I just want to ask, in Singapore, what is the popularity, or is the geophysical survey methods gaining popularity for identifying the rock bed level? Because it's a very fast and quick method of checking the depth of the bedrock level. I mean, so is this gaining popularity, geophysical survey methods?
Yeah, geophysical survey method they use especially for interpolate between the boreholes. Okay, so they will still depend on the boreholes. So in between the borehole, let's say your spacing is too wide, you want to save some cost. You like for example, most common one is a bore tunnel, right? You want to know whether your tunnel face the grade of the rock that you're facing, right? So you don't need to do a full-fledged SI on the location. You probably just drill a hole and just do a geophysical survey and see what kind of rock around that the tunnel face. But that is not the context. That is not in this bore pile context here. In this bore pile context, you can do a geophysical survey within, because usually we talk about buildings. Okay, I think in Singapore, at least in Singapore context, I know in China, probably in India, you all do township project whereby the whole site is actually can like our whole Budok New Town or Tampines Town. Okay, so that's a different aspect. But when we talk in by Singapore context, our maximum per block, maximum number of block per project is probably 3 to 4. So every block we actually do the specific borehole. Okay. So this identification is actually for the site verification. Okay, it's not not only the preliminary SI that you do. Preliminary SI, I can agree with you can do geophysical survey, it doesn't matter. But on site, when you bore a hole for the pile and you take out this rock, can you tell me what kind of grade is that? You can't, right? So that is the reason why they have come up with this, GeoSS have come up with these guidelines together with BCA. Now, the second item, review the site investigation result and geotechnical results such as the soil strength and deformation characteristic. Landscape skin fiction, pile shot fiction, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so this is a big paragraph. Basically, it covers everything that you need to do for the design. What are the SI result and geotechnical parameter required? Now, if you use a pure alpha CU method, right? I said, oh no, this is a pure clay. I want to use alpha CU method. What you need to do? You need to do a lot of UU sample. You need to do a UU sample. Now, we call the question, why we don't do so many lab tests besides the cost concern? We usually socket the pile in SPT 100 or SPT 50 onwards. If you have some knowledge about sampling, you will know to take high quality sample in very stiff soil, very stiff clay, SPT 50 to 100. You can only use major sample, right? You probably take major sample, and your major sample very difficult to guarantee a high quality sample. Okay, so if you take those things and go and do U test, you end up your U test actually may not be reflective of what is the real strength of the soil. So that's the reason why we use in situ test more often, especially SPT, right? It's a direct measurement, right? SPT 50, 100, we can correlate the CU, which is better, okay? Which is better. So I one shot answer you those questions that I asked you before. Now, review of the power load test. Okay. Remember, this is a prelim design. You have not carried out any power load test. In Singapore, nobody adopt the EC7 approach of using power load test to design. That means we do power load test, then from the parameter, we redesign the power. We don't do that, because why? Because everybody cannot wait. Nobody want to wait. Everybody want to rush submission, rush approval, because they all say Singapore approval take too long already. So everyone want to rush. So they rather do the submission first, then they do the load test at the same time. Now, question, which load test to be carried out first? This one, if you cannot answer, then got problem. I also don't know ask who to answer. This is a very important question. And still got people can ask me this kind of thing. Okay, I asked, so many. Okay, Michelle Lee. Which one you should do first? Ultimate load test or working load test?
Working load test.
Sorry?
Working load test.
Wow. You are where? You are undergrad student, right?
Master's student.
Master's student. You are working now?
Yes.
Okay. You are a structural consultant, working in structural consultant or contractor?
Contractor.
Contractor, huh? Okay. Answer is wrong, You do the ultimate load test first. The ultimate load test, okay, this one is actually supposed to be in my second lecture, so I don't know. So you just take note, you need to do the ultimate load test first to find out what is the parameters that we want to use, or to confirm the initial assumption of parameters. Okay, not the working load test first, Michelle. Okay, take note, You which year master? This one master must teach, right? Prof. Next, do you know that you don't need BCA approval to carry out the ultimate load test? Then people don't know. They thought, cannot do, must wait for approval. Actually, they can do first. Okay, they can do first. Usually, they do concurrently when the submission is in to save the time. But to me, it's waste of time. But they think can save time. Okay.